So I'm working on this Mini Cooper. This is a little S. And there's no horn, it just go click. You'd hear the relay click down underneath of there. So I've got one of the horns in. The horns that they have for this are kind of crap, and they're like 50 bucks each. Where they're located is they're located on the end of these little brackets here. So what I do is I reach up underneath and see this fastener here. You just get to that little 8mm, you pull that out, and then you've got a couple of Torx bits, one here, and then the other one's just across right here. And then just repeat here. This one was missing it, so I just pulled it out, and it fastens in here, and then you got this weird trailing thing here. That just kind of helps hold it up and helps it so that it's easy to align quickly. Kind of cool. So anyway, I went through and found that the horns were just totally toast. They were for shitzeled. So here's one of the old horns. I'm all over the place today, aren't I? And it's proprietary, the plugs that you have on them. So I just go ahead and salvage those off of the old horns. The other one I soldered onto the horn that's already in there. So I've got my low tone. It's a World Blaster. It's kind of a loud horn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this down until you have just those tabs, and then from there I'll open the tabs and make them suitable for soldering together. I'll show you. Essentially all I'm doing is I'm just cutting them apart. I'm just brutalizing them with a pair of dikes, and it just busts all the plastic off away from them. If you do it somewhat strategically, it goes pretty quickly. You just saw demonstrated there. And then they're open on that end. Can't really see in this light, but they're open on the end, and you just take your dikes and squeeze in between in the middle, and they'll just open right up. So you take them with your dikes and you just squeeze, and once you do that, it opens it up kind of like the hand of a Lego guy. Remember if you played with Legos or not. I sure did. But anyway, once you get it opened up, you can flatten them out, make them however you want, and then the objective is to just take them and solder them onto the tabs here. So you have the proprietary BMW or Mini Cooper plug, and you can use whatever horn you want. I like to use louder ones that are a little higher grade than what they're using. Their horns are junk. They're just total junk. So why would you bother spending 50 bucks when you can spend 10 or 20 and get something that will last longer and sound louder? This is a really loud high tone horn, and then the other one that you heard was a World Blaster, just a low tone horn. So once you've straightened them out, it should look something like this. This is the way that it was stamped out before they were bent over and made into circles. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my little side cuts, and I'm just going to clip these so I don't run into issues of, you know, inadvertent fuse popping, shorting kind of stuff. I know I need a tripod. Had a really long day. I just want to get this done. But I do want to share it too, so. Anyway, so I bent these down. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to solder them together, and voila, it will be proprietary all of a sudden. At least the plug will. So we'll go over to the soldering station. We'll switch that on, let it heat up, and then I'll go ahead and just hit that. So I'll just take a little soldering flux, and of course I'm using rosin core because we're doing electronics. You can wire brush those too if you want. Just touch them up a little bit, and that way when you hit it with the solder, it'll just go nuts on it. It's like puppy dogs lapping up eggs. I don't know why I just said that, but that's what came to mind. So that's all ready to go, so I'll just heat that and then just touch it with a solder, and it'll just fill in all the spots. And then you can coat it with liquid electrical tape or whatever you like, or just leave it. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm ready. Wow, that's loud, huh? Do you like that?
Yeah.
It's a lot better than just before. What did the horn used to sound like?
I don't know.
It didn't make any sound, huh?
It makes a weird beep sound.
Yeah, my test light was making a noise. Caitlin, is this the noise that you heard before? Like that? Yeah, she's just going to go for the horn now. Well, thanks for helping. Appreciate it. She honked the horn while I was probing it so I could tell what it was. And then, of course, I have her test it, and I just put my hand. This one's... Oh, that's enough. That one's so loud that you can't even hear this one, so I just put my hand on it. at least as a male. I'm sure all the dogs and females and everybody didn't hear that higher tone. Anyway, it's fixed. I just gotta put the bumper back on. Caitlin wants to try filming me with the camera, so we're gonna go ahead and put the screws in the front of the bumper. You wanna stand over here?
I want
Okay, hold it still. Try to hold it still. Can you film this part that I'm pointing to? There you go. Not so close. Back up just a little bit, okay?
Where's the flashlight?
Oh, that's okay. Well, you gotta hold it on the spot. Like this. See, now people can see. Isn't that better? Just hold it really still. Beautiful. You're doing a great job. You want to film this one too? Alright. And as far as the size of this thing, it's a Torx and it's a T30. That's about the only special tool that you'll...
what?
T30. Remember, 2 hands helps you to hold it still? There you go. Alright, now you're blocking the lens. Do you want to film yourself? You want to say hi?
Hi.
You having fun?
Yeah.
Awesome. Alright, all done.
Click subscribe.